So, in other words, Supreme Council agreed with whatever the lembaga disiplin decision has been made 1 month ago, correct?
Because they fear for their position, maybe. They fear to voice out. I mean, seeing what happens to the others.
No one's stopping you from voicing out.
So, okay.
Correct or not?
No,
fair or not?
But politics is front and back
let's be
also.
fair. The avenue is there. The Supreme Council meeting was last night.
Yeah.
And that is the statement that came out from the Supreme Council meeting.
So after this, are we saying that it's over? It's done?
To us, as the Supreme Council members, as the leaders of the party, it's over. We want to move forward. We got business to do. We need to win the election.
Elections is coming up, yeah.
And we have to put forward now. I mean, like I said, we already have a decision back in our party congress where we are naming Tan Sri Muhyiddin as the Prime Minister candidate for Bersatu, which we have to put forward to Perikatan Nasional to discuss. I'm glad MIPP also have mentioned and also named Tan Sri Muhyiddin as their Prime Minister candidate. I mean, it's up for us to discuss. But that's why Tan Sri Muhyiddin put forward the vision yesterday, what he wants to do in the next few months to come, besides the PRN in Sabah, where I think this will be the best platform for us, especially as a party, to come together, because we strongly believe Perikatan Nasional have a good chance of winning Sabah. And to work with, I mean, Tan Sri Muhyiddin is the chairman for Perikatan Nasional, but the election director for Perikatan Nasional in Sabah is Datuk Sri Hamzah and Datuk Sri Ronald on his side. And for us to rally behind him, to be able to secure and garner votes in Sabah in order for us to win Sabah, I have a responsibility as a Supreme Council member to help Datuk Sri Hamzah in Sabah now. So that will be our focus. That's why I think if you read the statement, this would be the next course of action for the party. So for us who are still within the party, I believe that our message to the members is that now let's focus on Sabah, let's come together and work for Sabah. Whoever feels that they cannot be part of this, they have every right or every avenues to do whatever they want to do. To me, as simple as we are here in the party, the decision has been made, we want to move forward, so let's focus on Sabah. Next, what is after Sabah? Definitely we have to prepare ourselves for general election. Yeah. The instruction was very clear. The committee has to start auditing all the preparation for election for all the states. One. Focus would be on the formation of Ikatan Prihatin Rakyat, the loose coalition that Tan Sri is leading now.
Okay.
The bigger agenda of this Ikatan Prihatin Rakyat is that we are forming a loose coalition with all the political parties who are not in line with the current administration in Putrajaya. Putrajaya, you have Pakatan Harapan, Barisan Nasional, Warisan and GRS and GPS. If we be able to form Ikatan Prihatin Rakyat, we will be a huge challenger to this whatever formation that they have. But I mean, Sabah and Sarawak definitely is a sort of different ball game. Different so for Semenanjung, for Peninsula, if IPR really forms, and if there is, one or two big parties going to come and join also soon. Why are you laughing?
Because I know the party.
This will be the biggest.
I think the announcement is happening soon. I think
the biggest coalition in Peninsula of political parties.
But is that just a show though? Because
no.
the parties in that coalition are pretty small.
So this will be the starting platform. So this is to envision and to show to the Malaysians, yes. Because what is the problem that Perikatan Nasional has before? We are always seen as a party representing only the Malays.
Yeah.
That's a challenge for us. So now we want to show to the general public, even to the non-Malay voters, see, we are Perikatan Nasional, we are working with Muda, we are working with Urumai, we are working with Pejuang, we are working with Gerakan memang dah Perikatan Nasional lah. And then soon enough, probably with MIC, with MCA, you never know. We just want to show that we are representing Malaysians. We are not representing only the Malays. So this is where I think I feel the potential that we have. Because mind you, what do people vote for in 2022? I always say this in every interview that I went through. In 2022, Malaysians voted against corrupt leaders. Agreed? Malays voted for Perikatan Nasional because they feel Perikatan Nasional has good Malay leadership who are not corrupt. The non-Malays voted for Pakatan Harapan because they believe Pakatan Harapan leaders are clean leaders.
And also, I think because we didn't have a choice.
Wait. But they are afraid of Perikatan Nasional because they cannot tolerate PAS. For Malays, we want good leaders. We want non-corrupt leaders. But we cannot vote for PH because we are not comfortable with DAP. Correct? Who was the biggest loser in 2022? Barisan Nasional. Because they are representing so-called the image is corrupt leaders. Okay? Until today, they are seen that. If they are seen that until today as a corrupt leaders and leaders who are are not able to lead the country, but now they are working with PH, BN and PH. So my big question to the non-Malays voters: are you willing to continue to vote for corrupt leaders, or you want to change side?
I have an answer for you, Ibin. Thank you for asking the question. Awesome. Let's go. No, I've interviewed, I think 4 past members before this, and 2 MPs and another 2 from DHPP.
Yeah.
The problem with PAS is, I think non-Malays can never really fully believe that there is an agenda within the party for the non-Muslim community and even Perikatan at large. Yes, if you look at the number of MPs and ADUNs you have, I think only 1 non-Malay. In Kedah, if I'm not mistaken, 1 Chinese guy. Gerakan lah, you have 1. That's it. The rest are all Malays. So it is impossible for Perikatan to speak for the Indians and the Chinese because
simple. I have answer to that.
Yeah.
Why we have only 1 Chinese representative that being elected in Kedah? Because he won the election. So for you to have a representative within Perikatan Nasional, then vote for us.
But
wait.
But your rhetoric wasn't favorable.
I agree. That is the image that we have problem before this. That's why we coming in with IPR to show that we are representing Malaysia. That's why we are inviting parties like MIC, like MIPP, Oromai to come forward and be together with us, so that we could put upon to the Malaysians, yes, we are representing Malaysians.
I have just one counter to you on that.
Okay.
I think the way Perikatan is going about this to secure non-Malay votes is very much the olden days of UMNO, whereby Malay jaga Malay, China jaga China, India jaga India. I think we are moving in a different world now. That's one. Secondly is the parties in this loose coalition do not really garner the support of the Indians or the Chinese.
Okay.
I can guarantee that.
No, okay, I know.
And
I know that
thing,
fact.
One more point is that the problem, if we go back to 95 GE, we saw that the opposition lost severely. Chinese and Indians voted BN. Why? Because the economy was doing well. When I interview past people and I talk about economy, they don't have an answer for me.
That's why you have Bersatu.
Yes, and I have YB.
Okay.
Right? No, but the thing is, and the go-to excuse is, oh, look at Terengganu and Kelantan. We have temples, we have things. Come on, this is Malaysia.
I got one story to tell you about this. Okay, I sat down with one public listed business owner, a Chinese guy, Datuk Sri lah. I shall not mention names. So I asked him. He said, "Oh no, I'm okay with you, apa semua, but I'm not so happy with PAS." And then I asked him. I said, "Okay, Datuk Sri, where is your business dealing happening?" Because I know his background, his business. Oh, my main business is in Terengganu. Okay. So why I didn't go straight away lah. I just asked him, why you not happy with PAS? You know lah, PAS ni tak boleh pakai seluar pendek lah, cannot drink lah, itulah ini semua. I said, okay, when you are in Terengganu, did you go and drink? Oh yeah, I did. Did you go to Terengganu, you able to eat bak kut teh or not? Do you see people wearing shorts in Terengganu? Oh yes, I do. I see people wearing shorts. Some girls also wearing shorts. I said, okay. You do your business dealing in Terengganu. Do you face any problem with the current administration? Oh no lah, they're actually very good. I said, why you say they're very good? Oh, I did some application. Within 2 weeks settle. I met the Menteri Besar settled it for me within 2 weeks. You know, these are all past leaders, right? This is past government. Oh, you're right. I think I got cheated with all the messaging outside. That's why if you ask me today, what is if you look at the parliament session, apa benda yang DAP lawmakers always talk about past? They only talk about all these things to create the stigma against past.
Yeah, I do agree. Yeah.
Okay. Last time, people like Ng Siu Lim bring buses of his voters to go and visit Kelantan because we were working together in Perikatan Rakyat ketika itu. Even before Perikatan Rakyat, Barisan Alternatif, in order to dilute the image for PAS. So now the image that DAP created, macam contoh cakap, kalau PAS menang nanti tokong kena roboh. Tak payah PAS menang pun, ada je tokong kena roboh. Because of administrative problems. Okay, so the stigma that has been created against PAS, which is to me unfair, that is the challenge that we have. So that's why to me, we have to put forward and argue. If you say that, betul lah PAS punya leaders kata, we have temple, because that is one of the most important thing within what we call keadilan dalam Islam. If you are able to allow others to be able to practice their religion, to practice their lifestyle and other things. You're talking about administrative matters. I mentioned to you very clearly, a public listed company owner able to tell me, yes, they are doing good. And he even mentioned, I just remembered, he even mentioned, last time it's difficult to get this kind of approval in the previous administration. And he said this during Datuk Seri Samsuri as a Menteri Besar in Terengganu. And this is a public listed company.
This is the fallback that most PN people say. But you see, I think there is a gap between what politicians say and what the people want in this case. In this case, when DAP says, nanti PAS akan robo and all this.
Fear.
It's fear.
People voted out of two reasons. Either fear or anger. Okay? If they are angry with one particular component, they will vote against it. But if they are fear of it, they will vote against it.
Correct.
So what DAP is doing is to create fear.
But that's
for us also, to certain degree.
But that's not what's happening on the ground right now, because what we're seeing now is that we're seeing a large group of voters who are disillusioned, especially on the non-Malay side.
Yeah, disillusioned in the sense
like, okay, if you look at PH, all you see are a lot of broken promises.
They're not happy lah. They're not happy.
Kalau tengok PN,
cuma they don't see PN as a choice yet.
Sebab PN, and it frustrates me, PN never puts out an agenda. Okay, this is how we're going to help, for example, the Indian community. This is our plan. Kalau PAS kata, tak ada, kita ada temple. Look, this is Malaysia at the end of the day. Kita tak akan
let me put forward the practice that we had before. Back in 2023. We put forward a manifesto for Perikatan Nasional. And PH also put forward a manifesto for Selangor lah. I take upon Selangor. Selangor, we promised the population, the voters, that we will give out 200 to 250,000 family for the scheme Sehat Selangor. The program that started by Azmin lah.
Yeah.
PH agreed. PH in their manifesto said they will maintain at 100,000. We said we want to give 250,000. Yet people still voted for. It's the same program. We promised to give more.
Yeah.
Tapi because of the stigma or whatever, even that we managed to gain 22 seats in Selangor. We, in our manifesto, we said we want to give free rental and also license for all traders in Selangor. Mana kita takkan kutip lesen. PH tak adalah that kind of promises. Pun tetap people voted for PH. In order for us to come up with policy and all, definitely when election comes, these are the things that we will put forward. The plan is. Even you say PH ada plan. Has it?
No. PH ada plan. I tak cakap PH ada plan.
Let's look. Okay, if you want to, tadi we were talking about plans, manifesto, what we have, what we don't have. Okay. It can be discussed. That's why the engagement starts from now. That's why in this Ikatan Prihatin Rakyat, in order for us to be able to hear all this, for us to come out with what is the next plan for Malaysia from Perikatan Nasional. But let's look at I mean, Perikatan Nasional pun, we cannot say that Perikatan Nasional doesn't have a track record. We already have a track record when Tan Sri Muhyiddin became Prime Minister. All the programs that I know it's a crisis period,
So it was a pandemic.
COVID, pandemic, whatever lah. If we are really an ultra-Malay coalition, when is the best time to take out all these businesses and gain equity for Bumiputra?
But you won't do that.
It's not we won't. We
You
didn't.
won't. No. I mean, no leader in the right mind would do that, because then you're going to crash the country. But what I'm saying is,
That's what I'm saying.
Tapi,
If we could be able to gain equity more just by taking over all these businesses, if we are in that manner, the way of our thinking as a leader, but we are thinking as a Malaysian leader. But the image that being created, so-called that we are the ultra-Malays, we are the ni semua DAP je, sebab they are not part of the coalition.
Let's say some things.
Yalah, tapi has PAS Selangor approached in that manner? No. You've seen what PAS leaders in Selangor has mentioned?
Again,
that's
that's a non-issue as well.
Let's be fair. That's why I say.
No, say fair. I mean, what I want is from PN is that give us a okay. Now, like I said, now the whole situation is a bit different. In fact, when a lot of analysts I speak to tell me, they also share the concern that the next election, a big party will be the party tak undi, especially among the non-Malays, because we don't have an option. Even your loose coalition does not give us an option.
That's why now kita tengah nak pujuk lah ni. We want to appeal. Okay, that's why we form this loose coalition, so that. I mean, it's not enough just to say that within Perikatan Nasional we got Gerakan and MIPP. You mentioned very clearly. The vote share that they have is not enough. The biggest vote share that any party that enjoys this kind of vote of share is only PKR, Amanah, PH lah. It's only PH. It's not even Barisan Nasional. It's only PH that is enjoying this share of this share of votes from the non-Malays. So where do we want to get this vote from? From PH lah. So what I'm saying is that look back at the track record that Perikatan Nasional has. We don't do that back in 2020 to 2023 to become an ultra-Malay nationalist administrator. The policy that we've put forward is all for all Malaysians. Vaccination, subsidy upah, all the stimulus packages is all for all the businesses. The very reason behind it is that we are Malaysians. You have business, you ada pekerja Melayu, Cina, India. But if your company collapse, the Malays cannot feed their family. Correct. The Chinese cannot feed their family. It will affect everyone. That's the image that why the AP keep hammering us, saying that we are ultra racist organization.
I think maybe you have to say that.
No. Why I'm saying this? Because for us, Perikatan Nasional, yes, we want Malay leadership. It's agreed upon. Why Perikatan Nasional came about? It was not for Muhyiddin. It was not for Tun Mahathir. Perikatan Nasional came about because we feel the AP's element within the government doesn't help the country to move forward. Doesn't help the country to be able to defend the identity that we've already embodied and cherish all this while. Look at the policies now. You talk about Bahasa Melayu. Suddenly what? The way the minister respond. What kind of response is this? You want to do something, I like you. Like is L-I-G-H-T, not L-I-T-E. Even that, he defended that, saying that, we have to embrace English. Come on. This is about the policy. The URA. It doesn't affect not only the non-Malays. It affects everyone. So the AP element within the government became the catalyst for us to form Perikatan Nasional last time.
No, that's
so
fair.
What I'm saying is that we are not against the Malays. We are only against the AP. So Perikatan Nasional was formed in the sense that we want good Malay leadership to be able to govern the country. And we've proved that during the COVID period. We have a strong, even though he has only 150 in support from MPs, but we know we have a strong leadership under Tan Sri Muhyiddin as a Prime Minister, and everyone's rights, everyone's situation being addressed and being settled during that COVID period.
Okay, but here's my point, and I think let's not wave to DAP so much, because that discussion and that point about everything except Anwar and DAP we've heard it for the longest time. Yeah. Let's talk about the future. I'll give you an example. when you say that, firstly, PN took government during a time of pandemic. It was a crisis time.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a good evaluation of how they can perform. You can perform. Because
Okay.
it's within a crisis
You need to
period.
do what you need to do lah. Masa tu. Okay.
It's lain lah.
Yeah.
Okay, I give an example. Mara recently announced that their goal for 2026 is that they want to list 3 Bumiputra companies in the Bursa Stock Exchange.
Okay.
I want to hear the existing leaders from the parties that matter within Perikatan, which is Bersatu and PAS.
Yeah.
That's all. Let's be honest. The Malay leaders say these things for example, Indians. For example, because PN is, as we know, the way you all will govern is based on race. It will be like that
No.
because
No.
but hold on.
No, we've shown you it's not based on this. It's based on needs.
It needs, but then
I need to correct you.
No,
That's why,
because in
that's why I
that case,
said,
then why do you need a loose coalition? If you govern based on, then why you need Indian parties?
no, that's why I said the image wise, that you said, you seem okay. Semua Malay leaders dekat sini not talking about the Indians, not talking about the Chinese, which is not.
That's what I'm saying.
That-
Maybe hold on. Let me clarify myself first.
Bila you kata okay, the Indian leaders, the Indian parties that we're bringing in, they are not even enjoying the support of the Indian community. Correct?
They're not.
Okay, but that's why I said to you, we have to show that we engage with everyone.
But you don't need an Indian party to do that.
Have we not engaged with the Indians?
No. You're not getting what I'm saying. I'm saying that okay. The current opposition Indian leaders in Perikatan, for example, I just focus on Indian first lah.
Yeah.
Have consistently brought up issues like Mitra. Consistently,
Okay.
They harped on it, Mitra,
Yeah.
then temple issue.
Yeah.
These are trivial issues.
Okay.
Indians, as well as Chinese and Malays, everybody, we want a prosperous country,
True.
right? We want to be prosperous
Yeah.
together with everyone.
Yeah.
It's
So
not like
the discussion should be beyond Mitra, beyond.
And
Agreed.
it should come
Agreed.
not from a leader who is in a party. See, we all understand how politics works.
That's why I said to you just now, when we put forward our agenda, it was never about race. We didn't mention about, kita akan, mesti ada satu part Bumiputra, bantuan Bumiputra.
That's fine lah. That's the constitution.
Bantuan India ada bantuan India. Tetapi the bigger policies, that's why I said, look at the track record. When we do subsidy upah, it was never only for Bumiputra companies. It was for all the companies. SME, 95% of our businesses are SMEs. We have to help the SMEs.
Yes.
Who is the biggest earners of the SMEs? Who is the biggest owners of the SMEs among the community?
Chinese.
Do we say that, like I said just now, the practice has always been about needs, and as Malaysians, today, we are talking about today, in the current economic agenda or economic policy that being done by Madani. Has he been able to address all the issues that we face now? No. It's a challenge lah. It's not easy.
It takes time lah.
It takes time. Tetapi, it's still also based on needs. PN pun buat benda yang sama. Cuma, the political tune outside, how you want to win election, is either through anger or through fear. For any political parties.
Yeah.
You pergi Kelantan, mestilah dia orang, kawan-kawan kita di Kelantan akan kata, takkan you nak DAP jadi kerajaan di Kelantan? Correct tak? You pergi Penang, kawan-kawan DAP kat Penang mesti cakap, takkan you nak kerajaan PAS jadi kerajaan di Pulau Pinang? So it's just political too. Tetapi, let's be fair to Perikatan Nasional. What I'm saying is that, to the non-Malay voters is that, consider. Not just by listening saying that, nanti tak boleh pakai seluar pendek. Come on lah. That's what I'm saying.
Which group of voters are you talking about when you say that? The B40?
All. Across the board.
I don't think the M40 and above thing. We are looking at policies.
Brother, I just related to you a story where I sit with a T20 public listed company doing business in Terengganu. The first thing that he mentioned about PAS, nanti tak boleh pakai seluar pendek. That is
Has
what
Perikatan come up with any
because the
policies
problem is,
for? Have you shown us?
That's what I said just now. See at the track record that we have back in 2022. Even see the track record that we have in the States now, especially in Kedah, in Kelantan, in Terengganu. I've mentioned to you, life experience. It's easier to do business now in Terengganu. So, you kata you nak prosperous country. Prosperous, you want more money lah.
Money lah at the end of the day.
Nak buat business, nak more money. So, can't you do business in Terengganu now?
Boleh.
Can you do business in Kelantan? They are more than happy. Sunway, developer. is one of the bigger investing company in Kelantan. They are building houses, they are building malls in Kelantan. Are they facing problem? No. Diorang apa? Wayang kena pakai tudung. Pakailah tudung. But the business is still there, correct?
But
so you want a prosperous country.
I do.
Whatever money you make in Kelantan, you can still bring back to KL, right? Look at us. Study about us. And don't just study based on what Raya said in the parliament or what Kampas said. I'm saying.
I think PAS has a lot of responsibility there.
Agreed.
They say a lot of things which I've said, guys, why are you all saying this?
Agreed. But that's why, to me, there are leaders within Perikatan Nasional. That's why Bersatu is here. Why Bersatu is leading Perikatan Nasional? Because to us, we believe we are the more moderate leaders.
Yes, you are.
That we could put forward. That's why we have Tan Sri Muhyiddin as our Prime Minister candidate. We even have other level of leaders who be able to help Tan Sri Muhyiddin if he be elected again and Perikatan Nasional won and he became the Prime Minister. We be able to form a cabinet that is comprises of these all good leaders. Let's compare to PKR today.
No, we don't want to compare. We want to know what you want to do. I don't compare.
What I'm saying, compare in the sense that Anwar is a Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Name me what one good minister from PKR is helping Anwar now.
Now. Oh, now no lah. All the stars have left.
So you cannot say that Perikatan Nasional cannot lead.
No, I'm not saying that.
I tak cakap you lah. I'm saying the whoever is arguing against us saying that you don't have an option.
I think it's all about perception. Perception is so important in politics, right? Okay, I think now I think y'all are so hung up on DAP, what they say. No, to be honest, people are frustrated with DAP.
Macam ni, why I'm saying all this is not that I'm saying in the way that about the AP alone. What I'm saying is that the messaging that the AP is using is that. So to a certain degree, we cannot lie to ourselves. Yes, we listen to what politicians say. And we are carried away by the sentiments that have been created.
Of course.
So what I'm saying is that, yes, the AP has successfully created that sentiment towards us. Before this.
Now. Now it's past fault.
Sama lah. It goes both ways lah. Okay. That's why now what I'm saying is that YPN is expanding our reach by forming this loose coalition. Don't talk only about Urmai. We are even working with Muda, so-called progressive party in the country now. Muda lah yang nampak progressive. Okay, tak apalah. We have to work with everyone. And we want to show that we will be able to work with everyone. So that's why Tan Sri Muhyiddin put forward this idea of Ikatan Prihatin Rakyat. Who feels that this current government unable to fulfill the needs of the people, you can come sit down with us. Let's discuss what we can put forward for the country. We have 1 year or 2 years down the road before the election. The process has to start now. I know the challenges that we have. That's why if you look back at you can just Google past approach in Selangor. It's much different from past approach in other states. You've listened to what Dato' Halim Tamuri mentioned for the past few months. How PAS will be part of a Perikatan Nasional government in Selangor if we are in power. How the policy will be transpired. You look at don't look at Parliament. Parliament, they come all over. Look at Selangor. The most important state now, Selangor. We cannot run from Selangor. Selangor is a powerhouse for the country.
Yeah.
Okay, whoever governs Selangor next term will be able to a certain degree chart the history of the country and the economic progress of the country soon. So look at Selangor. Look at how our Adun and assemblymen from PAS and Perikatan Nasional argued in Selangor. Do you have that kind of messaging come out from Selangor? No, right?
No. Because
you watch Selangor punya sidang dun.
But the problem
we talk about policies.
You do. Sometimes you all fight lah.
Fight tapi yalah.
Itu biasa lah.
Itu biasa lah. Tapi yang start fight pun bukan kita orang.
Always. You see, like I give an example. When I interviewed YB Mumtaz from Tumpat, PAS. Okay. I had a very good conversation with her.
Yeah.
She was, telling and to a point where you can sort of understand. Okay, I understand her problem because the whole issue of federal and state government and all that kind of stuff. But and I go back thinking, what PAS and I see the comments. People saying, I had no idea PAS can talk like this, right?
Yeah.
Then you go to Parliament and you watch one day. And then you see some ustad talking about, quoting the whole Palestine example here and all that, and then saying things, and then you see at certain elections, by-elections, certain statements are said and all. And I'm thinking, PAS already has a solid vote bank. They are a powerhouse.
Okay.
And I can even understand why Perikatan may have leaned more on the Malay voters when you first started, because they are the majority.
Yeah.
It's simple math.
That is our base lah.
Base lah. Now base dah secure dah. UMNO is struggling.
Agree.
Tapi then I look at now, I say, why are y'all continuously agitating us with all these statements? Just focus on running the country lah. And I think we don't.
Then macam tu, it goes both ways. You look at what some of the other leaders in other parties also mentioning what are the things that they said. But in the end, you have to look at the action of the party and the policy that they put forward. Betul lah, adalah yang pimpinan dalam. I mean, political parties is where everyone can come in, become a member, and also bring whatever they want to fight for through using that platform. Correct?
Yeah.
So, but look at the policy that transpired when they are in government. The current government in Perlis, Kedah, Kelantan, and Terengganu. Let's talk about the real bread and butter issues. The ease of doing business. Can businesses come into Kelantan, Terengganu and Kedah? Can. Investments, international investments comes into Kedah? Yes. Kulim High Tech, new factories built up? Yes. Terengganu, you be able to do business? Yes. So, when you look at this way of governance, that's the most important. Like you say lah, it's an economic factor. Bread and butter issues. Selangor. You have Datuk Sri Azmin leading Perikatan Nasional in Selangor. You have Dr. Yunus Hairi, who was previously a state ESCO in Selangor. These are not new people. These are people who already been a government in Selangor. And Datuk Sri Azmin and Dr. Yunus Hairi was the government during PH punya time. Is PH still governing Selangor now? It's still governing Selangor, right? So whatever policy that they put forward last time was accepted by Selangorean. So why suddenly become PN then tak boleh accept? Because what I'm saying, so these are the same people who are leading Selangor at the moment. So, I mean, Selangor is the paling banyak lah. It's the most mixed areas.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about Kelantan, Terengganu pun, the non-Malay punya factor voting tak besar. Small.
Very small.
This is where the battleground is. So, like I said to you, look to those leaders who are in Selangor. Look to those leaders who are in Johor. I'm born PJ, raised in Selangor, raised in Shah Alam. My Malayness is different from the Malay in Kelantan, correct?
Of course, yeah.
An Indian from Taiping might be different from an Indian in Kelang. So we know what is needed for Selangorean. Have we been able to show that we able to govern before as federal government? Yes, during Perikatan Nasional punya time. Datuk Sri Azmin, has he proven himself?
Yes, many times over.
As a Menteri Besar in Selangor?
Many times.
Yes. Take for me, for example, I was a state ESCO in Penang. I was part of the state government of Penang. I was part of a so-called DAP-led government in Penang. Can I govern for the non-Malays in Selangor?
Can.
Then vote for us.
But no. See, that's the problem.
What I'm saying, betul. You akan ada that kind of fear. You akan ada that kind of image. Okay lah, ada 1-2 orang cakap, oh ni tu ini apa semua. Like you said lah. But you cannot say that is the general sentiment within the party. Macam contoh, I mean to be fair to DAP, okay, there are some people who are probably extreme or chauvinist in the party. But I cannot say the whole party holds that kind of position. Correct?
Yes.
It's not fair, right? So what I'm saying is that to the voters, just be fair in the sense that how do you assess this? Just by someone mentioning in parliament or even not even parliament, in ceramah, saying this and that, within the party, definitely we also will reprimand our members not to say these kind of things. Because
but you have party lines you have to follow. I mean, you may not agree, but sometimes you have to follow the party ideology.
Is the party's ideology for? So are you saying PAS punya party ideology is extremist? No, right?
I think PAS punya party ideology needs some working. Because I think they need to convince the non-Malays that they are serious about what they want to do and stop doing this. Because
what is the biggest concern? Okay, I'm not representing PAS lah.
No, but to be fair, I think Bersatu have the same way you all do things. And let me just say how.
What are the examples?
PAS has DHPP.
Okay, bersatu has bersekutu. Okay.
I don't like that.
Okay, reason being?
I grew up with, looking at people like Tun Mahathir. I grew up looking up to people like Dato' On. They were all Malays. You don't have to be an Indian to govern an Indian community in Malaysia. You all have to stop doing that.
Yeah, but Tun Mahathir is a member of UMNO.
Exactly. So he governed everyone.
He's leading Barisan Nasional.
No, what I mean
So what's the difference now of Muhyiddin leading Perikatan Nasional?
No, there's no difference. What I'm saying is, when you all create loose coalitions and then you bring these parties, and when you expect us to buy that is a showcase of your representing the minorities in Malaysia.
I think you got me wrong in the sense that why we have to form this loose coalition, because we have to have a platform for everyone to come as equals to discuss.
But you're not equals.
I mean,
how can a party with no seats compete with PAS? I mean,
they're sitting in the same place, and it's not about competition. Ikatan Prihatin Rakyat, it's not about competing. It's about to discuss, okay, what is the policy? Are we stopping Prof. Ramasamy from saying anything? Are we stopping Widya Murty from saying anything? No, right?
But it has no impact when they say it.
Okay,
for example, in Selangor,
when we have, takkan kita nak panggil semua Indian community to come and say...
No. That's not what I'm saying, YB. What I'm saying is, if, for example, let's just say, if Tan Sri Muhyiddin
you tak boleh kata, bila kita panggil, contoh, Urumai datang, MIC datang, and then bila diorang cakap dalam IPR, then itu saja. Whatever they're going to say in that meeting, later on, whatever we presented as Perikatan Nasional, definitely based on the consultation that we have with all these people. That's why, masa itulah baru kita bercakap as a leader to all Malaysians. Like I said to you just now, Perikatan Nasional was formed not to form a Malay political party. It's to form a political party that has strong, good, clean Malay leadership that be able to be a leader to all Malaysians.
Okay.
That's why kalau kami ni ultra-Malay party, why we should accept MIPP? Why we should accept?
No one is saying you're ultra-Malay.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying the rest. The rest who feels that we are ultra-Malay coalition. We have a majority Malay. Last time when we were PKR is a multiracial party, right?
Yeah.
But why do we have a Malay president?
Because that's Malaysian. It's
because you want a strong Malay leader, correct?
That's fine. Any leader is fine.
Tapi a strong Malay leader. Because you have to look back at, in the end, what is the reality on the ground lah. Okay. Sama macam di Penang. DAP has so many seats in Penang. It's their stronghold lah, Penang. Can they name Zairil H. Johari as the next chief minister for Penang?
They can't even name Ram Karpal as the chief minister of Penang. So I doubt that'll happen. No.
So why keep naming Chinese?
No,
that's what I'm saying.
No, we know
so
that.
So in the end, reality to a certain degree, yes, we have to look at the race, the identity of the leader that we're going to choose. Okay, tetapi what kind of leader?
Leader for all. Yeah.
Agree lah. So why I accepted Lim Guan Eng was the chief minister for Penang? Why I supported him? I became a state EXCO for him because I believe he will be able to become a chief minister for all. Chow Kon Yeow, I served under 2 Chinese chief minister in Penang. Chow Kon Yeow became chief minister. I was the state EXCO. I agreed to for him to be a chief minister because I believe he will be able to become a chief minister for all Penangites at that time. So it's the same here. What we are saying is that we have leaders who are within Perikatan Nasional who will be able to become a leader for all.
Yes, but you have to show it.
Tapi tak boleh lah you nak marah kita.
Bukan marah.
Tak. Macam you tak setuju dengan kita when we talk to all these political parties. Why we form IPR, the loose coalition. I mean kalau tiba-tiba DAP kata we want to exit PH, we want to join IPR. Takkan kita nak kata tak. We have to start discussing first.
So tomorrow you'll take on federal. No, so my point is, I think I want to bring it back to what why it's not that I have an issue with these parties. I understand that to come up with policy you need to talk to a lot of people, have stakeholder meetings. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. But the agenda of Perikatan Nasional must be communicated by its leader when it comes to any community. That's the Malaysia I want to see. I want to see a Malay leader, regardless of whom. And to be fair, I think you're not giving me enough due points here. I'm a big fan of YB Azmin Ali. Huge fan.
Okay.
I like him. I like the way he talks. I like him. I've always said that, even here on this podcast.
Yeah.
But what I don't like is when these symbolic gestures are done. Because we know politics. Politics is, at the end of the day, when you come to the table to bargain, it's also about who has the most say, right? And when I want to see people like you, people like YB Azmin Ali, people like Tan Sri Muhyiddin, he himself saying, this is our plan for the minority communities in Malaysia. That's all.
Like I said to you,
I tak nak, sebab ini isu orang India, kita panggil MIPP. No,
we don't say that kita akan runcit kan, atau bahasa mudah dia subcon lah.
Subcon lah. Subcon lah. Yes.
The issues or the plights of the Indians won't be subcon to only the Indian party. That's not what Perikatan Nasional is all about. Like I said to you, look back at the way we behave. When the policy being formulated, when the policy being put forward, yes, yang ada agenda Bumi Putra. But when we're talking about needs, then we tackle the issue of the needs of the people or even that community per se as hands-on.
Hands-on, yeah.
And that has always been the practice, even when Tan Sri Muhyiddin, not only as a Prime Minister lah, I think throughout his years as a minister, and I mean more than 40 years experience as a Menteri Besar of Johor and all that, you don't see him being seen as someone who does policies that doesn't benefit all Malaysians. Pernah sekali je lah yang DAP keep harping on saying that, Tan Sri Muhyiddin kata I'm a Malay first, dulu. Itu saja. But you don't see in his action or in his policy that benefited only certain communities and sidelining other communities. He doesn't does that. Azmin as a Menteri Besar, he doesn't does that. So in order for us to have these leaders to be in power again, you have to have the votes. For example, Selangor, we are short by 7 seats last time to form a state government, and we are short by 15,000 votes. In all the majority in that 7 seats, only 15,000.
That's very small. Yeah.
Very small. Where does these votes can come from?
If you all put up a manifesto for the minorities.
Not only minorities, for all Selangorian, who Selangorians will feel that address their interests.
Yes.
As an Indian, yes. As a Chinese, yes. And that's what the manifesto that we put forward back in 2023. But I believe, to a certain degree, the non-Malay voters feels we still cannot go with Perikatan Nasional because we are afraid of them. That's why we don't able to achieve the target that we want back in 2023.
I think if you all tell PAS to calm down and to I understand state.
Selangor lain.
Tapi bila dekat parlimen, it goes national.
Yalah, sebab tu I cakap tadi, look at Selangor. This coming state election is coming. State budget is coming. I think this is the third time, I think, where MB will present his state budget. Put up on YouTube, look at how we discuss about the state budget. What we put forward, what are the issues that we talk about. You saw last sitting, we were talking about Putra Heights. How we put forward our arguments. Until now, has the people on the ground feel happy with what the state government is doing? No, they are not. Legal action is on the way. We still don't have the answer to what is the actual reason, what has happened, and who is responsible behind it. We argued and we able to put forward argument as a Perikatan Nasional opposition in Selangor, and force, in the end, state government of Selangor have to form a committee where the members come from both sides of the party in order for them to resolve the issue, which is good because based on our pressure. Look at scheme insurance Insan Selangor.
That's a good one.
What's the scheme now? You know who argued about that. You know how we fought about it in the state legislature. This is what Perikatan Nasional can do in Selangor. And why we want to win Selangor? By winning Selangor, we'll be able to win federal. By winning federal, we'll be able to put forward, if, let's say, in the end, Perikatan Nasional agrees upon Tan Sri Muhyiddin is the candidate for Prime Minister, then he becomes the Prime Minister again. Has he proven himself to be able to produce good policies in order for us to come out from crisis last time? Yes, during the COVID period. So, and mind you, it's not only about COVID period. Masa tu, just because of there's no time availability at that time, apa kita panggil ni, Majlis Pemulihan Negara. There is already a plan. at that time. How we going to come out from COVID, the pandemic? How we going to gain more potential for the country? But stop lah, because Madani government took over. So Madani proceeded with whatever policies that they want to do. So now, in order for us to have leaders who will be able to envision and plan for the country, Muhyiddin is there. So if the non-Malays voted for us with good margin, we win in Peninsula, we have the numbers, Sabah and Sarawak will follow through and will be forming the federal government. Sama juga Selangor. If we garner 30 seats in the next general election or state election, we become a government for Selangor. And masa tu, you akan nampak macam mana polisi-polisi yang kita akan buat. Sebab tu saya sebut tadi, Dato' Sri Hasmin have shown himself as a Menteri Besar.
Yeah.
And the people of Selangor is enjoying whatever policies that has been made, and PH is enjoying that until today. And they still manage to secure their votes.
Yeah.
But now we are putting forward, in order for us to bring Selangor even to a greater heights, you need a change of government in Selangor. We believe that because we feel that the current administration unable to come up with new policies that able to cater the interests of the Selangorian. And we don't talk only about the Malays in Selangor. We talk about everyone. Pasar PJ, sewa mahal. Yang kena Chinese traders, Malay traders, Indian traders. Isu sampah, Malay kena, Cina kena, India kena. Issue of school safety, everyone kena. Yeah. Issue of healthcare, we are in PJ.
Everyone kena.
Everyone kena. Yeah. So, in order for us to have a clear understanding of the needs that the Selangorian perlukan, look at our debates in the State Assembly of Selangor. That is Perikatan Nasional. We have proven ourselves as a opposition. We able to pressure the government of Selangor to do changes that is required for the Selangorians. And we don't have to go into the rhetorics of what you call this, racial rhetorics or even religious rhetorics in Selangor. The one has been talking, the one who's been raising about all these racial issues and religious issues are not from PAS, are not from Bersatu. Yang bangkitkan daripada, tak nak sebut lah, but from people like from Amanah and all, who's harping on other issues in federal to bring it in Selangor. We don't do that.
But in parliament you all do.
Yelah, satu dua orang takkan you nak kata tu the general policy for. Like I said, okay. Okay lah, parliament. Tell me, apa yang diorang cakap yang you merasakan too detrimental to the minorities? Tell me.
Recently, the one about the whole Palestinian issue, where he said he's warning the entire majority community in Malaysia to take care, to bunk it and all that.
Takkanlah kita, the issue of genocide that's happening, even in not only in Palestine, in any other parts of the world. Now we are talking about Sudan. What is happening in Sudan?
Yeah, everywhere.
Can we speak up against genocide? Can we speak out against cruelty?
You can, but you don't bring it here.
Why we can't bring it here? As a Malaysian, as a value, as a human, there are things matters that we should raise.
No, that's fine. But when you must understand, it's also about perception. When you do it within the context of past, it tends to amplify.
Any other political parties, you go to Spain Parliament. If you want to go into this, you go to Spanish Parliament, you go to French Parliament. The MPs are not even Muslims, are not even Arabs. They are wearing Palestinian flag in the Parliament. No. Why you want to make it so sensitive? Because I asked you just now, give me one thing that you mentioned that PAS is encroaching on the rights of the minorities.
No, it's not encroaching. They are antagonizing.
Okay, what is... Okay. So you brought up about Palestine.
I'm not saying Palestine as an issue is wrong to bring up.
Okay.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. What are other things that you feel that this PAS has antagonizing the minorities now?
Even in I always bring up this example about the Ai Kuning example and all that. But what I'm saying now is... There was no. Sometimes when you say things in Parliament, you will, especially if certain communities within the community, selective communities, will feel, hey, okay, why is he talking about this? And it's something that doesn't need to be said, because
okay
what
lah,
he
macam
said.
ni lah. Let's say any members of a political party, be it PAS or be it Bersatu, commenting on a issue of religious practice. Let's say lah, one MP Melayu comment the way rituals within a Hindu community. Even to us, I mean within Perikatan Nasional, that won't be right to slander or even to criticize.
Yeah.
Okay? And I don't think so in recent years, we see that kind of comments being made by any of our leaders. Correct? If you're talking about policy, macam okay lah, baru ni heated debate pasal isu alcohol on I think on the mass flight, and then suddenly tiba-tiba ni cadang apa, PAS airline, DAP airline. I mean, the discussion is only about the selling of alcohol on a flight, where there are practices in other airlines who doesn't serve alcohol also. It's just that a matter whether we want to adopt it or not. PAS definitely, being a Muslim, okay, to say that, because the main concern, even for Muslim community, you have Muslim stewardess, right?
Yeah.
You have Muslim steward.
Yes.
That they have to serve alcohol.
Yeah.
Whereas in every anyone, Muslim scholars, being a Muslim practitioners, we know within our religion is that if we serve alcohol, it's not allowable. Even to serve, not only drink.
Yeah.
Okay? Definitely, as a Malay leader, as a Muslim leader, they might have encountered that within their engagement while taking the flight. Probably the steward or the stewardess said, oh, we are having this problem, we still have to serve this. Probably because our routine, kadang kita tak semua ada non-Malays in the flight.
Yeah.
Okay?
International
So probably,
crowd,
definitely there's a concern. When they raise this, I mean, I put in a good faith lah. Because, yeah, betul, this is the belief within the community, Muslim community. Why you have to go and debate it as though we are encroaching to the minorities punya rights? We are not saying that you cannot drink. It's just that we are facing this problem. As a Muslim community, we are not, as a Muslim, I'm probably not comfortable. Part of my job scope is to serve alcohol. Bukannya kita nak kata you tak boleh minum alcohol. Why suddenly you take into a ni, oh, kalau tak boleh serve alcohol nanti bankrupt? That's not a fair argument.
It's not a fair argument.
That's what
Definitely
I'm saying. So in order to say that when we raise these matters, it's not that we are encroaching to the minorities punya rights. We are raising this because these are some of the concerns that we have as a Muslim community. Correct? Unless...
But MAS has to compete. MAS has to compete. It has to serve international audience.
So probably, that's why I think, I mean, I applaud lah the way Anthony Loke mentioned. This is not about PAS airline or DAP airline, okay?
It's about MAS.
So probably the way forward to solve this matter, okay, the roster that we're going to prepare, especially for the stewardess or steward, then you have to be sure that, I mean, it's easy to resolve this. Each flight must have a composition of a Muslim and a non-Muslim
Easy lah.
staff on board.
Yeah.
Dan selesai lah masalah. So pada I, benda-benda ni is something to discuss, and it's not about encroaching to the minorities' right. If you're talking about minorities' right or Malaysians' rights of various backgrounds in Malaysia, religious side, I think all protected, unless there's an issue of ownership of the land. Correct? And I know very well in the Indian communities, even in my area, even recently ada isu ni tanah dekat PJS 4. It's a long-standing issue. Even before I became a state assemblyman in Taman Medan, it has been an issue. Tanah Majlis Agama Islam, supposedly for tanah kubur. Ada satu gurdwara, ada 2 temple. How are you going to resolve this?
Best of luck to you.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. So these are, and I as a Malay leader, I have to discuss about this.
Yeah.
Correct? I'm being elected not only by, I mean, majority my voters are Malay voters, but even that I have to represent all.
Yes.
Okay. So kalau benda-benda macam ni, you cannot say that we are encroaching to the rights of the minorities. We have to resolve this because the land ownership doesn't belong to any of the temples or the gurdwara. So how are we gonna resolve this matter. I mean, I've recently saw some statement from Dr. Famingah, the State Executive Councillor for Selangor. Definitely, we have to discuss this openly in order for everyone to get a win-win situation for this particular issue. And these issues, ada pockets of these issues in all over the country. You don't see past leaders say that, oh, tak boleh langsung, kita tutup saja tempat semayang ni. Tak boleh. That's not how Islam teaches also. The rights for the minorities, for the non-Muslims to practice their own religion is well protected, not only in the constitution, but within the faith of Islam. What is the real issue that the non-Malays feels that the past is encroaching into the minorities' rights?
No. It's not about encroaching. It's about antagonizing and also sometimes the needless annoying.
That's why when I come to this platform, I mean, it's not only about past, it's about the image towards Perikatan Nasional. Okay?
I think Bersatu give, and let me say this, because Bersatu is a party that's of course viewed as moderate. To be fair, in Malaysian history, we've never had anything but a moderate prime minister.
True.
We've never had extremist prime. We've always had moderate life because that is our culture.
Yeah.
We are not people who are, like to go extreme life. We are very, if life is a bell curve, majority of us are very moderate.
This goes beyond even to the years of the Sultanate Melaka lagi lah.
Yeah, we are very calm.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that basically my point is, and I think it's best for me to represent myself. I think that now as we head towards elections, what I am looking for is an option. I don't have an option. You must understand, you are coming from the Malay section. You have so many options. You have the pick. Make your pick. You want UMNO, you want Bersatu, you want PAS, you got. Who do we have?
For the non-Malays?
Who do we have?
Yalah, you ada UMNO, you ada PKR, you ada PAS, you ada Bersatu. You can choose also. But you have, okay lah, smaller kan sikit lah. You got PHBN, you got PN.
Yes. So what I want is to see is that Perikatan Nasional, and please, I'm not comparing. I'm not saying, oh, PH ada, you tak ada. No, I'm not saying that. PH pun sampai sekarang, there is no what we're going to do.
Macam ni,
but
I put forward to you
put
macam
something.
I put forward to you as a person, as you as a person. Where do you vote, if I may know?
Parang Jambu.
Mana tu?
Melaka.
Okay. So when you vote for your wakil rakyat there. Okay. I know to a certain degree, you have to look into the bigger policy of that particular party that he represents.
Yes.
Okay. For example, saya kat Taman Medan. Okay, when people voted for me, definitely not only they vote me as a person, but also who I'm representing. Okay, kalau I dah put forward to you just now, because you're talking about options. Now you have PHBN, you have Perikatan Nasional. Like I said, people voted out of two reasons. Either they are afraid or voted against. Either they are afraid or they are angry. Last time in 2018, bukannya orang takut dengan Barisan Nasional. Orang marah dengan Barisan Nasional. That's why we voted against Barisan Nasional, because of the YMDB issue. During 2022, why the Malays voted for PN? They are angry with, they are afraid of the AP in PH. Why the non-Malays voted against PN? Because the non-Malays are afraid of PN, pass within PN. Itu je reason dia. Now, people are angry. Because makan tak cukup, gaji tak cukup, ekonomi tak bagus. So
now it's the time you say what you're going to do.
Sabarlah. Kita tengah prepare lah benda ni. That's why what I'm saying is it's a process. We have to engage with everyone. That's why the loose coalition came about. Why Tan Sri Muhyiddin has this vision. It's not about representing. It's about for him to have. You look at what is the terms when he formed Ikatan Prihatin Rakyat. It's not a political coalition in the sense that this will go into election, contest as IPR. No such thing has been put forward in the discussion. It's about the plights of the people on the ground, the economic issues, the matters that we have to tackle and we have to resolve. Kalau katalah PN put forward, okay, I put example for you. Tak ada IPR ni. Then PN just put forward an agenda. How do we want to show that we've already engaged with everyone? Sebab the stigma that we are the people, especially the non-Malays has towards PN. PN is only representing the Malays. That's the image, correct? Even though we have Gerakan and MIPP within our party, PN ni parti Melayu. Sama juga to Malays. PH ni kami tak boleh sebab dia DAP je. PH ni dominated by DAP.
Do you agree that right now, I think you made that the entire belief in the political system is at its lowest in our country?
I think I wouldn't say it's at the lowest. What I'm saying is that it is the nature of our voters to a certain degree that we still vote along racial line. Itu kita kena terima.
Itu dalam darah kita.
Kita dah terima. It's embodied within Malaysia. Cumanya now yang the challenge for any political parties adalah who is the leader or a group of leaders that we could put forward that people tengok dia boleh percaya. They can put their trust on.
Azmin Ali.
Thank you. Okay, so for Selangorians, please vote for Perikatan Nasional as endorsed by TheGoodCastShow.
hey, I didn't say anything.
I didn't say. I'm just teasing you. But I think that's where why we have all this discussion and why we have to put forward with all this. You can call it a showcase or whatever, but a platform for everyone to be able to come upon. And IPR is not stick to all this only. I mean, not to all these parties only. Definitely after this, Tan Sri Muhyiddin, as a leader of Perikatan Nasional, will reach out. I mean, you can see from his engagement, he have reached out to the Chinese business community. I mean, we are here in politics for so long. In Malaysia, I was based in Penang. Now I'm based in Selangor. Mana ada multiracial state as Penang as Selangor?
Yeah,
and I've survived in both. So can't you see people like me and people like Azmin who be able to represent Malaysians?
I give you an example. Why I say that why PN sometimes frustrates me is because I don't know that I can say this, but okay lah. I was in a lunch lah, okay, with some Bersatu leaders, okay. People
still in Bersatu or dah
semua still. Tapi dia bukan not say top leaders, but they work for the top leaders, right? Okay. And this person told me in this lunch, and she said, if you can work out a blueprint for the Indians and you pass it to me, I will bring you to meet the top leadership. Okay. So I was like, what the hell? I don't see PH telling me this. Okay. But so skip that. So just a few days ago, I met somebody from PAS, and we were discussing about ideas for the Indian manifesto. Okay, fantastic. Okay, but what I suggested to them was, why don't you all do a national tour? Pick a few people. Just go and organize town halls in major cities in Malaysia, especially for the non-Malay community. If you want to break the stereotype lah, because of course Perikatan is for all. Tapi sekarang masalahnya there is a stereotype.
Yeah.
So
the stigma lah.
Yeah. So when you go and you say, okay, all of you come, we listen to you, tell me what you want, kind of thing. That breaks because you're engaging. Yeah. Even PH doesn't do that. Yeah. But now they have the JOM something when they go to meet the students and all that lah. Got the thing. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that. Actually, what I'm trying to get across is this loose coalition for me does not do anything to PN is the party for me. Because for me, I look to Azmin Ali, I look to Tan Sri Muhyiddin. Dia yang leader. Dia yang boss. So kalau boss cakap, okay, this is our plan, ni manifesto kami, this is what we're going to do for Selangor, then okay lah.
Sebab tu, if you look at the Ikatan Prihatin Rakyat tu, the terms tu adalah to engage with everyone. You pun tahu kita baru habis parti punya election, party congress, and then handling some delinquents within the party. So to me, the process is there. That's why I think based on the statement, what Supreme Council meeting yesterday is that moving forward, definitely the next campaign. Bersatu kita dah agree. Tan Sri Muhyiddin is our candidate for Prime Minister. To be a Prime Minister, you kena round lah. You kena jumpa ramai orang, you kena engage dengan ramai orang, and that has always been the trait of Tan Sri Muhyiddin. One thing good about Tan Sri Muhyiddin adalah compared to my previous boss, he listens. He has the patience to listen. I've conducted a few town halls for him before. and he listens, and the answer that he's given, to me, dia tak adalah nak janji bulan bintang, tetapi to me, what within his knowledge, he will address it. And what he feels that probably he needs some consultation, he will also mention that this needs more consultation. I think that's fair and a good trait for a leader. That's why, to me now, actually, if I can share with you my own personal feeling lah, I'm glad I'm with Muhyiddin now and supported him as a Prime Minister last time. Comparing if I'm in a position still within PKR to support Anwar Ibrahim at the moment, I will be very frustrated with myself. And sebab some of the reforms, for example, that we fought upon. I mean, last time masa dalam PH pun kita dah cakap pasal all these reforms that we wanted to do. For example, Atta Sultan. Moratorium was given during Tan Sri Muhyiddin as a Menteri KDN. Where is Atta Sultan now? Being used macam a tool, a easy tool for the current administration to pin down on any dissenting voices. Correct? So, itu I kata, reformasi itu is non-exclusive. And I've mentioned this so many times. Sebab tu I think why PMX or even people around him are upset with me. Because even before I was sacked from the party, I keep saying that we are not actually doing the reform that we are promising to the people.
No wonder you were sacked. Saying such things.
I'm saying things that that people bukannya tapi I tak adalah buat SD ke apa, tak ada. Cuma I cakap saja. I kata I don't feel this is the way forward. This is not what we are promising to the people. So, but within Perikatan Nasional, betul kita tak pernah lah janji kita ni reformasi ke apa, but the reforms that we introduced during that short period of time berlaku. Now kita nampak there's a reverse towards what certain of the reforms that we've already introduced before. So I think this is where the challenge is for the general public, especially for most of the voters. To a certain degree, we have to be informed voters. You have to look both sides. Be fair, read everything, look at everything. I mean, betul lah sekarang ni easy tengok TikTok lah. Betul lah seronok tengok bergaduh apa semua. Tetapi just go a bit deeper. Read what these parties are promising to you. I mean, you have to decide. In the end, the people will only get the government that they deserve. If you, based on certain degree, as shallow as tak boleh pakai seluar pendek, become your decision to make a vote, then that is the only kind of government that you're going to get. Satu, bila I address issue pasal dress code ni kan, politicians even, I think, I think to a certain degree, even, I think, if I'm not mistaken, some of the senior leaders in the AP also did use this. Kalau kat Kelantan nanti, pergi kedai, tak boleh pakai seluar pendek. Okay? Betul, berlaku di Kelantan, kena saman pakai seluar pendek. Tapi dia kena saman kat mana? Is in a premis perniagaan. Premis perniagaan tu ada undang-undang PBT kan? So happen in Kelantan, undang-undang PBT dia mensyaratkan kena tak boleh pakai pakaian yang menjolok mata lah. Undang-undang premis perniagaan. Okay. Baru ni Marinis terbakar. Can you wear shorts into Marinis?
No.
So, pas ke suruh buat tu?
Yalah. I know what you mean.
It's dress code, brother.
Yes, but
so
masalahnya ada stigma,
So what I'm saying, you cannot use things that happen in Kelantan in term of dress code, just to say that is the whole policy of the party.
Betul, and I don't say that.
I tak cakap you.
I know, but YB, what I'm saying is,
what I hope we are not talking here only. I'm talking to those who are listening to this good cast show today.
but what I think, what I would hope, I agree with you. I think for democracy to succeed, the electorate must be informed. They cannot make decisions.
That's why. That's the message I want to.
Because they can't make decisions based on trivial things.
True.
Right? I agree. Just one thing for me is, I think we have to wrap it up because it's 2:30 already.
It's 2:30. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, bro. So what I mean is that I think that my wish as a voter come elections is that Perikatan, put out something from an economic perspective or the prosperity. That's what we want to see.
We will. Definitely we will. I think based on the at the moment, at the current juncture, most of the things that we put forward will definitely being transpired through the debates within Parliament and also the State Assembly. And even to a certain degree, some of the policies that being introduced in the state government that we are in control of. I mean, you can look at what Ketua Pembangkang mentioned. Some of the things you can agree, you disagree. That's where the avenues you look into whether these are the policies that will be able to cater your needs. Even in Selangor, same thing. The state budget is coming. Definitely after the presentation by the Menteri Besar, the first person that will go to speak out is the head of opposition. So look forward probably on the 14th, 15th, on the 17th. That will be the first day for the debate for the state budget. So Dato' Sri Azmin will, as a head of opposition of Selangor, will definitely address that. So I think that's where the avenues, if you're talking about where we can look into. We are opposition. Definitely, we need the right time to be able to put forward our manifesto or the agenda that we want. And we are in the midst of it, in the process of it. Because whatever happens during when we were in 2022 entering election and what is now is different. Last 2 weeks, there's a reciprocal trade agreement that is being signed. So definitely this also will take into consideration what other things. But what I'm saying is that we have enough leaders, technocrats within the party, either Bersatu or PAS or even other people that we've engaged, who will be able to give us good suggestions and even to bring forward what is the agenda that need to be prioritized in the next coming term as a government. So I think that part. For Perikatan Nasional, we are open to everyone to listen, to hear, and that is our responsibility also as a politician. Right. Because to me, as a politician, the most difficult thing to do is not to talk. Is to listen. Is to be patient and to listen what people want to say.
All right. Well done. So guys, that was Yang Berhormat Dr. Afif Bin Bahardin, the Adun of Taman Medan. We had a fantastic conversation. Thank you so much, Rabi, for doing this.
Thank you.
Very appreciate your views. So we'll let you guys decide what do you want to see from Perikatan Nasional as we head to GE16. So stay tuned. The Goodcast Show will be I'll be coming up with a new segment called Run Up to GE16. So basically discussing what the people want. I think we as the voters should demand things and really make informed decisions to choose the best government for the future of ourselves and our children as well and their children as well. So stay tuned, share your comments. We'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye.